So with this album, was it that you had you had these songs written and you thought, okay, these belong as a collection, or are there quite a few that didn't make it onto the album?
Oh yeah, there's a bunch that didn't make it for sure. I had a whole collection and that I'd been writing, and the beginning of last year we were lucky enough to have a guy called Phil Richardson. Was it last year? No, the year before. Come to town, and he was from England, and he's an amazing piano player who plays the keys on the album. And he was here because his wife is a doctor, and she was at Fremantle Hospital for 1 year. And so he was just doing the old dad, like home dad thing, and he had heaps of spare time. So he was like, yeah, I'll play in your band. And he played with so many people. In the year that he was here, he ended up with like so many friends. He played in so many people's albums. And we were lucky enough to have him in the band and help do the pre-prod and all the work with me on getting the songs to a pre-production stage. And then we went to Rada Studios and worked with Dan Carroll, who added his extra flair as well, and Ben Franz as well on bass and like co-producing as well. So it was a real collective process, and yeah, it was great fun, and lucky enough to have Phil there, who was just phenomenal keyboard player to help me get it to where it is.
And you are one of the producers of the album too. So do you enjoy the producing process?
I really enjoy the producing process, actually. I like I'm not a real technical musician. I'm late to the craft, really. Like I didn't start until I was 40. And so I used to call myself a campfire girl, so I can strum well, and I can keep time, and I know my chords and all that sort of thing, but I'm not overly technical. But I do find that when we're going through the process of production, there's certain things that I hear, and that I know what I want, but I don't know how to ask for it. I just know when people will give me a vibe, like they'll give me something, and I'll be like, no, that's not what I want. Maybe a bit more, I'll explain it like a bit more like you're under the sky with sparkly stars, and so they'll have to give me the feel rather than the actual technical detail of what exact chord or note to play. So yeah, I need people that have those skills to translate my airy fairy explanation into an actual piece of music.
Now, you said you came late to music at the age of 40. Now, that's a stage of life when most people's interests are fixed, actually, where they think, well, I've got my hobbies and I'm doing this job, and I think I know who I am. So I love the fact that at that age you actually shifted and changed to something that you were not already doing. So how did you arrive at music at that age?
Well, I was I did have a guitar. Like I went traveling when I was about 24, and I was away for 3 years. I bought a guitar in London, and I just would ask any of the backpackers that were traveling at the time to teach me a song. So I had been playing, but I fell pregnant in America. I got married by an Elvis impersonator. I came home pregnant, and then I all of a sudden had a baby. There's no way in the world I could actually put any effort into playing guitar, and so I just put it all aside for many years. And then, I had another baby, got married again, because of course, amazingly, my wedding in Vegas didn't actually last. So I got married again, and then I had another baby. And so I just family got in the way, and there's no way in the world I had any idea that I would end up writing my own songs. I had been journaling while I was away from like the time of when I was 24. And so there was a lot of journaling, a lot of writing, a lot of questioning, a lot of poetry. And so it just took me forever to actually write my first song, because I just felt like everything that I was writing had been said before, or the way in which I was writing, or the melody sounded like something that I was too familiar with. And so I just could never, ever get that out of my system to even be confident to write an actual song. And then one day while I was bathing my daughter, I would play guitar while she was having a bath, and all of a sudden a song came to me, and I was like, oh, that's how you do it. So so then it just opened the floodgates, and I was able to put music to my poetry, just for want of a better kind of expression. But yeah, so when I came to Perth and to Fremantle particularly, there were so many people here that were all like really supportive of getting up and playing music and encouraging me. So without them, I don't think I could have done it. But yeah, so now I get to play with some amazing musicians over here and in a really supportive environment and community. So it's great.